Hey, Viking fans, are the Green Bay Packers trying to tank? Let's talk about that next in 3, 2, 1. Gather around, Skull brothers and sisters. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit like. Above all, comment below what you think about what's going on this week in the Minnesota Vikings against the Green Bay Packers. Starting off with, you probably already heard earlier this week, Jiren Alexander is been suspended for conduct detrimental to the team. What was his offense? If you did not know, let me put it up here. Here's a screenshot of Jiren Alexander in the Carolina game, making himself captain, walking out with the 3 designated captains. Not only did he do that, he called the coin flip. He calls the coin flip, and he chooses tails. He wins, and then says, I want to be on defense, or something to that effect. He picks defense, and the ref goes, do you mean defer? He goes, yeah, that's what I mean. You've heard him talk before. You've heard his interviews. He is a lot of times incoherent. And he said they wanted defense. What that would have meant is that they would have been on. He chose what side of the ball he wanted, not whether or not he was wanting to defer to the second half, where he defers his choice to the second half, where they would choose to receive it. So choosing actually negates the fact that they could choose the second half. To do that, you need to defer to the second half. You need to say you want to defer. The ref saves him. He says, yeah, that's what I mean. And instead of kicking off the beginning of the game and kicking off the second half, luckily that choice was not made for him. He was able to correct his mistake. Interviewed after the game, he was nonchalant. The boys had my back. I wanted to be the coach didn't probably know I was from Charlotte, so he's from Charlotte. He wanted to be a team captain. All that kind of stuff you probably could communicate to your coach. He probably would go to bat for you if you were a big part of the team, a normal starter, a leader of the team, let's say. No, he was not a captain to go out there. He wanted to be one. He took it upon himself to be one. He put himself above the team. I don't think they suspend him if he wasn't so nonchalant about it. So, hey, coach probably didn't know, I did upon myself. And then he goes out, calls the coin toss, chooses defense. That's most likely why. That's mostly likely why he was suspended, as though not the act of doing it. Because if they went out, they have a 96% chance of making the playoffs. The coaches did not take this lightly. They said they had a good conversation with them, that he's going to be a Green Bay Packer for a long time. Blah, 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 blah. Well, it got him in hot water. It's the way he acted. I 100% guarantee that. Are they trying to tank purposely? If they are, let's put our top corner and put him on the bench. Why not? Anyways, whatever it was, he will not get to see his 2 daddies play, and that is Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, who have a history of burning him when he is not getting part of a double team against Justin Jefferson or holding on to him. He will not get to see his daddies just burn him on every play, like Jordan Addison did earlier in the year with Kirk Cousins when he did the Lambeau leap on him, which you probably see in my thumbnail. Anyways, at least the catch leading up to the Lambeau leap. So Jordan Addison will not get to burn his son one more time. The Packers are probably tanking. We'll see. We got Jiren Hall leading us to victory this weekend. Let's go. New Year's Eve, Vikings versus Packers. Let's talk about some things. We got Vikings are out. Theo Jackson's out. So that might mean we might see some Lewis Cine. We'll see about that. Byron Murphy is out. We might see a lot more Andrew Booth Jr. Caleb Evans has taken himself off of social media, or maybe he's back on. I don't know. The last time I checked, I was looking for a photo of him. It took me to his Instagram page. Instagram page wasn't there. And that's how I found out. Sure enough, the trolls were attacking him. God, come on, Viking fans. Don't go after players. Let's talk about it on these channels. Come on my channel. Let's talk about it, but don't go after the player himself. Anyways, apparently Caleb Evans likes to go out and when he sees a Twitter comment, he likes to say something. So who knows? Maybe he's part of it too. But Jaquelin Roy, who showed promise this year, he's out. Jalen Naylor's out. This is almost a Lewis Cine type thing where I thought, Jalen Naylor, what an opportunity to step up and show yourself. KJ Osborne's last year's contract. You can prove yourself. And he's out again. So those are the guys that are out. Bigger implications is probably Lewis Cine might dress now or be out there. Andrew Jr. might see more time, who has been playing very well. Why he gets his chance. So that's nice. So, people are down on the draft of 2022 because Lewis Cine's been nowhere to be seen. Andrew Jr. hasn't been much. And, a lot of flack going to Ed Ingram. Well, Ed Ingram's still our starter. Andrew Jr. starting to show promise. And Lewis Cine, yet to be seen. That is the big question, especially when we see a guy killing it over in Baltimore. A guy I kind of like too. Let's see here. Here's some 3 more additions. The questionable or Jordan Addison. Hopefully he plays. Mekhi Blackman. This would be a big deal. This is also why I think Andrew Jr. is going to see more time, is because Mekhi Blackman is questionable. And Troy Dye. Anthony Barr is going to be dressing against the Packers. And, he's historically for sending a quarterback out for the season. That was Aaron Rodgers back in the day, 2017. We go on playing the NFC title game. Anyways, those are our injury reports. What the big news is we got, I got Justin Jefferson's name here, but this is Jiren Hall. Jiren Hall, 8 for 10, 10.1 average, 101 yards. We got to see him. I'll switch it to his college picture. We got to see Jiren Hall in the preseason. When he got to play with the twos in the third preseason game, he looked good. He took us out to a 14-0 lead. And we've seen his mobility, we've seen his accuracy, we've seen a nice little deep ball on a back shoulder fade. We've seen good things from him in the preseason, at least in the third game. Then the twos left threes came in, and he was running for his life. Now, when he got to start, first drive, run, 8 yards scramble. Second, he drove down the field, and made a nice throw to Alexander Mass, who I don't think was his first read. He gets popped at the goal line. Either he got speared in the head or his head hit the ground. Either or, it gave him a concussion. He lost his starting job to Dobbs. Then Mullins came in, and now we get full circle. We get to see Jiren Hall again for the last 2 games of the season. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited. Now, hey, he came in against the Packers, and he was like 3 for 4 for 40 some yards, and he got a first down throw on a third down, and his back was against the end zone the whole time. He had a lot. Kevin O'Connell had a lot of confidence in him to be able to do that, and then to start him the next week. And this was numbers in college. He was 66% his last year, 3,171 yards, 8.4 average, 31 TDs, 6 picks, mobile quarterback. I say his superpower was was back shoulder throws, deep balls, corner routes, all those things. This guy can throw the ball. He has a stronger arm than Mullins, a more accurate arm than Mullins, and that has a lot to do with the arm strength. He's a good decision maker historically. Hopefully you'll see that in him that you did not see in Mullins. Mullins, however, was a gunslinger. I will hold it down to this, that he probably gave Justin Jefferson the most yards, most opportunity, because he didn't F it. He says, F it, let me throw it down the field. And you saw that in a 3rd and like 27 where Justin Jefferson came down with it. That's Mullins. That's what you're going to see from Mullins. You may see that with Jiren Hall when you're desperate like that, but it's not going to be throughout the game when the game is not necessarily we're behind needing to come back. Jiren Hall is I believe a more of a field general. He is going to make sure that he's making good decisions. Now, I was impressed with Mullins, line checks, changing plays, all that stuff. He was doing that. And you saw it with Kirk with this offense in the second year. You saw with Mullins. You did not see it with Dobbs. You may see it with Jiren Hall. We'll see. We don't know for sure. But hey, I'm excited to see Jiren Hall. I think 95% of the Viking fans, if not more, are encouraged by this move twofold. They want to see what we have next year in Jiren Hall, because we are going to enter the draft and we don't know if we got a quarterback already or if we need one. Jiren Hall, our hope would be is, hey, look at this guy we got right here. Let's go spend that first pick on a defensive playmaker. That's a thought there too. Now, Jiren Hall also is that, hey, putting him in there, we just lost 2 in a row. We had 6 picks. Let's put Jiren Hall in there. Maybe he takes care of the ball. We beat the Packers, and then we beat the Lions, and then we're in the playoffs. We, too, have a 96% chance. Now, actual Justin Jefferson, 51 receptions, 823 yards, 5 TDs. Dude's got 177 yards to go to get 1,000 yards. Now, this has a lot to do with legacy. Hey, he's had 9, 10 1,000-yard seasons in a row. Think about it. This guy missed 7 games. One of them, he got hurt early in the game with only like 20-some yards. So that's almost 8 games out. He had another game against San Francisco. Was it Kansas City, where he had another 28 yards. So that's 2 games with under 30 yards receiving, and he still has 823. 51 receptions, 5 TDs, one of them rushing. Justin Jefferson's continuing to cement his legacy of how awesome he is. That's what we're seeing right here. Now, so these are things we can look forward to the rest of the season. Justin Jefferson getting 1,000 yards. TJ Hawkinson had 940 when he got hurt. That sucks because we could have had 3,000-yard receivers, and one of those is Jordan Addison, who needs a little more yards than Justin Jefferson. 63 receptions, 826 yards, 9 TDs. If you told me this was going to be his numbers for the year, all 17 games, I would have said yes. Give me some of that. But currently, he's questionable. I hope he makes it. I want all the guns we can have ready to play the Packers. Let's go. And here's the big boy. Danielle Hunter, man. 74 tackles, 21 tackles for loss, 15.5 sacks. All career bests. And we got 2 games to go. This guy needs to be all pro. He needs to be up for Defensive Player of the Year, but they're not going to give him. They're not even sniffing that. But you got Danielle Hunter having his best year in a contract year. The boy's going to get paid. Please take it easy on us in the negotiation table, Danielle Hunter. We need you. I want Kirk Cousins back for a year or 2. I want Danielle Hunter back for the rest of his career, or at least the next 3 years. I want Justin Jefferson back forever. Let him retire here. No Randy Moss situation ever again. And then of course, Darius, left tackle, cement that left side of the line. Let's make these things happen. In 2025, we're going to have a couple $100 million to spend on anything we want. Next year's not too bad either. let's go get a championship. We got the roster. We just need to add some pieces, and we got the coaches, I think. Let's go get it. Skull Vikings, cue the music.